Steve Hackett, man, with Genesis. Coming up. Hello.
Hey, this is Premier Networks. I have Steve Hackett for you.
I'm ready for him.
Hey, what's going on?
All right, great. You're out. Is that 29?
Okay, yeah, I'll be on it. I'm all over it.
Thank you.
Steve?
Hi there.
There isn't anyone else you could talk to on in radio that loves you more than me.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, you and I shared a moment. You probably don't even know this moment.
Go on.
But I'll get you close enough to the moment, okay?
Okay.
Waldorf Astoria, one of my favorite moments in life.
Right.
Waldorf Astoria, Radio Hall of Fame.
Right. Okay.
Michael Douglas is there.
Right.
You're there inside the bathroom.
Right. Okay.
No, stay with me, please. I'm being serious. So don't. I know you want to dismiss this. Okay. So you're right there behind me. I stand up.
I decorate anyone's shoes. What did I do?
No.
What did I do wrong?
No. Hang on.
Okay.
So I step up to the urinal, and next to me is Mike Nichols, who did The Graduate, Spam-A-Lot, and a bunch of other great stuff. The legend, Mike Nichols.
Yes.
And his wife Diane Sawyer's out waiting for him. I step up to the urinal. You're behind me, Steve Hackett, who I am a huge fan. I got to say something. I got Michael Douglas, Steve Hackett from Genesis, and next to me is one of the funniest, most brilliant men. And I say, boy, this water is cold. It's all I can come up with. It's weak. Mike Nichols looks over at me and says, I wish I had a foot long instead of this monster. And he kicked my ass, and everybody in the bathroom laughed.
Oh, well. Yeah, that was a great evening, actually. That was quite extraordinary, a very emotional evening, as I recall.
Yes, sir. And when I came out of the bathroom, Peter Wolf was there, and I said, you're skinny. He said, I'm so skinny I could fall out my own butthole. and then I ran into Robbie Robertson. I said, you're Robbie Robertson. He goes, nobody ever recognizes me. I said, are you kidding? You're Robbie Robertson. He goes, I never get recognized.
Oh, wow.
Steve, you were very nice. Phil was very nice. Mike was very nice. Good. I was shocked at the level of dickness of Tony Banks.
Oh, really?
Could not have been a nastier prick to me. For no reason.
I can't remember. Yeah. Who knows what went down?
Is he nice to you?
He is these days.
Well, I want to tell you, after meeting Genesis, it occurred to me that the problem was and seeing all the interviews with Peter Gabriel, and I've interviewed Peter Gabriel, the problem was probably Tony Banks.
Well, I think that I saw him recently at something, and he said to me, he said, I think you and I are very similar. He wanted to control it all, and he thinks that I'm a control freak these days. And I said, yeah, that's what happens when you do a solo career. That's what happens. It's easier to be a controller when it's a solo career. When it's a band, people tend to balk at it more. Yeah. All
of the great stuff that you guys have done in recent years, the interviews, and as a Genesis fan, I've loved it. And shocking to me, and we just forgive my ignorance, real ignorance, but it's just so, you have to understand, it's so different in America. It didn't matter. Phil Collins was talking about, I think, Steve, you may have mentioned something like it. It didn't matter who you were or how big you were, because the class system in England and the schools that they went to, guys like Peter Gabriel and Anthony Banks, I think, these are members of Genesis. Yeah. No matter how big Phil, because he went to he was on the wrong side of England.
Really?
And he went to a crappy school that no matter what he did, he was always second class, because that's how it is in England.
Oh, wow.
There is a class divide in England, yeah. What we call public schools actually is what you call private schools.
See?
So it's like a bit like Harvard or something like that. Yeah. So yeah, there is a kind of there's a snobbery that goes with that, and I think that the Genesis guys, when they were growing up at that school, were all being geared up to be able to lead a charge in the Crimea without flinching. You know what I mean?
I do.
Yeah.
The story of Genesis is a fascinating one. I've seen you numerous times at, I think the last time was at the Arcada Ron Onesti's Theater. Incredible. John Wetton, I'm growing my hair right now in honor of John Wetton to recreate it. John Wetton did a lot of stuff with Steve Hackett. John Wetton was the brilliant, beautiful lead singer of Asia, God rest his soul. And, Steve, I love, and I've seen Musical Box over 30 times. Are you a fan of that cover band?
Yes, I think they do it very well. In fact, I played with them.
I
I've guested with them doing Firth of Fifth, yes, I know all about them. And you mentioned John Wetton, and it is the anniversary of his passing. But, he was a wonderful guy, wonderful singer.
Today?
Lovely, sweet man. Yeah, this is the very day.
Oh, dear God. Wow. Boy, did I love that guy.
So it's appropriate that you mentioned.
Wow, beautiful.
He's in a lot of people's thoughts, a lot of people's hearts.
Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. Your thoughts?
Yes.
Much maligned. I think it's one of the greatest musical pieces in history. You're incredible on it. How do you think it's aged, or what do you think of it now in 2018?
I think it sounds better now than it ever did. There's something about the passing of time makes certain songs and certain projects sound all the sweeter because you hear all the crap that comes afterwards, and you think, I'm glad I did that.
El Nino is your new song. I'm going to play it. You've got some new music out. Where can people find new Hackett?
Well, you can get it via the website hackettsongs.com. You can get it from Amazon. If you can find a record shop anywhere, you can get it from that. I'm on Inside Out Records, which basically it's Sony that distributes that. So Sony are the guys. Yeah.
I have all of your solo stuff. Will you name, for the people listening, the Genesis records you were part of?
Nursery Crime, Foxtrot, Genesis Live, Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, Selling Them by the Pound, Trick of the Tail, Wind and Wuthering, and Seconds Out.
I'm going to the Hall of Fame, my friends, because of this stupid show, the Moody Blues. So it's been a crusade of mine for many years to get them in the Hall of Fame. Are you going to this Hall of Fame ceremony?
No, I won't be. I'll be off to the cruise to the Edge tomorrow. So
oh, great!
I won't be doing that. But I wish the guys great success.
Were you competitive? Did you guys feel competitive with bands like Yes and the Moody Blues and other prog rock bands, or did you just feel like you were doing your own thing?
They became our friends, and we worked with a lot of them. And I worked with Justin Hayward on a charity project. A very sweet guy.
Yes, he is.
So I think I don't think of people as competitors. I think of them as collaborators.
Prog rock, much maligned by many people, much maligned by Rolling Stone magazine, the bastards. Is prog rock finally getting the love it deserves, or no?
I think that it's had a reappraisal, and those of us who are still doing pan-genre music, or collision as I prefer to think of it called, I can't see that there's a problem with music that is full of surprises. Frank Zappa did that. I think perhaps the spirit of what he did was something that should latterly be called progressive. If Genesis were progressive, then so was he.
What was your masterpiece on? Just a geek question. Forgive me, Steve. Just because I love it. What's your favorite work on Lamb Lies Down on Broadway?
Oh, let me see. Probably Fly on a Windshield, I think.
Not The Knife?
Well, The Knife is the original recording is on Trespass, the album before I joined the band, but there's a live version of that on Genesis Live. So on Genesis Live, there's a pretty nice version.
That's you there, though, right? On the live recording?
Yeah. On the live one, yeah.
Wow, man. What a joy talking to you. Congratulations on the new music. I'm going to play it now. This is new Steve Hackett 2018. El Nino. Genesis reunion looks very likely.
Ooh. Really?
And it looks like Steve Hackett will be part of it.
Nice.
Would that reunion include Peter Gabriel and Phil Collins?
Ooh,
right now it looks... Oh, come on. Right now it looks like it's just Phil Collins. But they were very close to having Gabriel the last time around, and it played the United Center about a decade ago.
Yeah, they could play Soldier Field if...
Oh, man, with Gabriel?
Oh,
man.
Sure.
This is good music to drink. What is this beer that you can't get out that I can get now because I'm best friends with the head of
Goose Island.
Goose Island.
Why is it so special, this particular beer?
We don't make a lot of it, and it's the process. John, I'll let you talk about the process. It's really labor intensive.
It's a pretty labor intensive process. It's a lot of grain to make a very high alcohol beer.
What? Interesting.
Oh, is that going to kick your ass?
Dude,
He gave you a look like,
dude,
what?
I don't care. It's just good beer. Well, Kathy, these questions.
We put it in wood.
Come on.
Is that simplifying?
So everybody wants it.
Bourbon barrels.
Let me tell you what makes something special.
What?
Okay? Like what you're sitting on there, Kathy.
Oh, she got a fat ass.
One of a kind and everybody wants it. Okay?
All right.
That's right.
They don't make a lot of it because it's
right.
labor intensive.
Probably doesn't taste much different than the kind you could just get every day.
I used to know the answer. Why is it called Goose Island?
It's on Goose Island.
Thank you.
That's pretty.
I get a short answer when I want a long one. I get a long one, I want a short one. Story of my life. Man.
Last show.
So they're bringing back all kinds of TV shows. I got a TV show theme I want to play. If you know what it is, call and win. And be here tomorrow morning to see if we have jobs.
Oh, jeez.
Where does Greg Salk work now?
I don't know.
I think XRT.
Oh, God. What an anus. Oh, wait, he could be our new boss? Fantastic guy. I think I'd rather walk.
Yep.
What's going on in sports, Al?
Blackhawks, they lost 3 in a row. They're in last place, but they got a much-needed win yesterday, 2-1 over the Predators. Bulls start a 3-game West Coast trip in Portland tonight. The day after a blockbuster NBA trade that saw Blake Griffin go from the Clippers to the Pistons, a blockbuster NFL trade sends quarterback Alex Smith from the Chiefs to the Redskins. And Rob Gronkowski, still in protocol for a concussion that he suffered a week and a half ago. He says he's going to play in the Super Bowl, but it's not up to him. The line is dropped. The Patriots were 7-point favorites. Now they're 4.5-point favorites.
Oh, wow.
That's Mancow's In Your Face Sports. Kiss my black ass if you don't like it.
So how do you two know each other, Kathy? You have a mutual friend?
Yeah, we did college radio together at Triton, WRG. That's right.
I bet that was
Triton
awesome.
College Radio was super fun.
Okay, all right. So I want them to bring this back. This is the show I want them to bring back. Al, do you know it?
Not yet, and I should. I should know this, but I don't. It's not ringing a bell.
Dave, you're probably too young.
I know this. I don't know why I know this.
Your dad watched it? Probably your brother.
He did.
Mike.
Hank, I love your show. Bring it back.
What's the show?
Airwolf.
Is there any other shows right now about cool helicopters?
Remember Blue Thunder?
I'm telling you, that was all. With Bubba Smith. Oh. So I am growing my hair and trying to style it like John Wetton, the lead singer of Asia, circa 1982.
Right.
Very contemporary.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So the lead singer of Squacket, Steve Hackett's band, after Genesis, was John Wetton.
Yes.
When they formed a supergroup, you had to have a huge name for this group.
Okay.
I mean, it was a supergroup, Asia.
Sure.
Asia, a huge continent.
Yeah.
They couldn't just name it, it had to be Asia.
Right.
Right.
So I'm talking to Steve Hackett
yeah.
minutes ago about how I'm growing my hair to look like John Wetton, his old lead singer.
Sure.
Today's the anniversary of John Wetton's
And
death.
you're wearing a Genesis shirt.
All of it just the
Came
universe,
together.
huh?
I know, it's incredible the way it works.
It is. If you look around, there's all kinds of signs.
Sure.
And you can notice that some people are reptilian shapeshifters.
What?
It depends how much Goose Island beer you have, Al. You'll see them too.
This has been the Mancow Morning Show podcast. You can actually be part of this cluster by calling the show when it's live. Weekday mornings 5:30 to 9:30 on 97.9 The Loop.